Hi, I'm Chris Ringham, and it's Video Week in DS106. It's time to strap on our director's lens, which also means assuming all the cinematography choices made in this movie were on purpose. So we'll be under that assumption while we're analyzing this scene from 10 Cloverfield Lane, the scene where, spoiler alert, Emmett dies. So let's get right to it. As you can see there, the camera started shaking a lot more, and there was a lot of movement in general in contrast to when she was just sitting there working on her project. I think it just correlates to her panic and helps set the mood for the upcoming scene.
Hey.
I need your help.
Now, when he walks in, he's on the left, which, as we learned from the article, is typically seen as a more negative side. He emerged from that dark corridor. As you can see, he's kind of has this dark blue backlighting to him, which paints him as a harbinger of bad news.
Help with something.
Contrasting that, Michelle is sitting down. He's looming over her, and she's on the right. And the more right side of the picture tends to be more positive. And I think in this case, it's plays more to her innocence and powerlessness in the face of him looming over her and standing on the left in the dark doorway.
Sure.
You. On deck.
As he opened that and they approached the little cabinet there, the camera panned downwards, kind of as though our eyes would naturally, drawing all of our attention to the barrel, establishing it to be some object of importance.
What is this?
Now that the camera's sitting on top of the barrel, we can be pretty sure that it's important. And it's pretty interesting. Even though they're looking toward Howard and he's talking, we only see them and the barrel. It definitely establishes the barrel as an object of interest and perhaps the newest threat to them presented by Howard. Now they're standing over the barrel, which can typically be interpreted as power, but given the context, I think it's perhaps more like they're on a witness stand.
The barrel.
In this image, Howard's on the left again, and he's kind of using the door as a shield, signaling distrust and alluding to the upcoming scene yet again. Just looking at this still image, he looks pretty upset and he's not even making eye contact with Michelle.
What's in it?
Move it into the bathroom.
In this upcoming scene as a whole, we'll see a theme on who the camera chooses to focus on at once. About half the time it'll be either just Howard there or Michelle and Emmett together, which helps to reinforce the Howard versus them dynamic going on here.
This is perchloric acid. Do either of you know what that is? It's usually produced as a precursor to ammonium perchlorate, fuel used for launching naval satellites into orbit. It's highly corrosive. Dissolves most biological material on contact with humans, right down to the bone.
Hey Howard, what are you showing this to us?
I thought this was a pretty interesting shot based on their positioning. I almost saw it as a love triangle of sorts, even though Howard's obsession with Michelle isn't quite like that. But still, Emmett is in the way, and Michelle is the point of contention. Howard is on the right, indicating more of a position of power. Emmett on the left is more negative, something bad's going to happen to him, and then Michelle is in the center, which allows the camera to really focus on her reactions throughout the entire scene, as we'll see. Also, Emmett and Howard are placed directly across from each other, with the barrel in between them, serving as some sort of deathly chemical obstacle that's going to be ever threatening Michelle and Emmett.
For.
You think I'm an idiot?
Howard, please.
That was interesting. Her eyes looked over at Emmett first, and then the camera followed over there. We're definitely following her perspective throughout this scene.
You're gonna have to tell us what it is that you're talking about.
I'm talking about getting rid of some waste. Tell me what you two are doing with these. You tell me what you two are planning
Howard,
right now.
Listen, just take it easy. Take it easy. Calm
Howard,
down.
No.
Howard, come on, please,
I'm
Howard.
giving you one chance.
Hey, Howard, just calm down.
One chance to answer with some dignity, or I swear to God you're going into this barrel while you're alive to feel it.
It was me. All right, not her. It's just me.
No,
We stay out of this, all right? She doesn't have a clue what you're talking about.
Like I said before, there's definitely a lot of them versus him going on. And also you can see Howard looming in the right-hand side of the frame, kind of like this thing that just won't go away.
I wanted your gun. And so I was thinking about making a weapon to get it from you. I want her to respect me the way that she respects you. I'm not saying that I was right, okay? And I'm sorry.
You're sorry?
I'm sorry.
I accept your apology.
This frame definitely tells a story. She's in a corner, he's over her, like wrapped around her, and she's trying to push away. He's on the right, indicating power, and she's on the left. And overall, it's pretty creepy and kind of sexual.
You heard him. He was making a weapon. He was gonna hurt us. He was gonna hurt you. And it's okay. This was the way it was always supposed to be. You're safe. Now it's just you and me. It's okay. Now, you should go to your room now. This next part isn't something you need to see.
It's a very strong foreground on the left here. I think it just serves to tie the scene together. The main consequence of it, like, oh crap, Emmett just died. And yet again, on the right, Howard is forming a physical barrier, even after Emmett's death, between Emmett and Michelle. Salvation is so close, but so far away. And that wraps up the scene. If you notice anything, then feel free to comment or reach out. I'd love to hear it. But overall, thanks for listening, and good luck with Video Week.